What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we are diving into some RBD content. Now, this is not your typical RBD content because it appears that this is Rebelde, the new series, and it looks like the track for this Netflix series. I don't know anything about this show. My best guess is that it's possibly just a reboot of the early 2000s show. So I'm really excited to check this out. I want to give a huge shout out to Brenda over on Patreon for actually requesting this. Thank you so much. Now, obviously, I know a lot of people really love when I react to RBD and RBD content on here. And I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, I don't actually know if the original group has anything to do with this. I don't even know if they're in this video, but I am excited to check this out and kind of see this, you know, possibly fresh perspective, because this is from 2021. So with all those things out of the way, I am going to get on this. Let's go. Oh, you know it's fresh because we got those like high quality video. Oh, wow. Okay, so I think my initial idea of what I thought this is, I think that is what we're going to be getting here. So this looks like it is a new series, either continuing on or basically a retelling of the story of RBD in the modern day. I'm catching some similarities in these characters right here, though. I've got some opinions already on this. So I'm not going to dive too far in because obviously we're going to watch the video and then we'll talk about it. But what I want to say is it's really cool to hear a series that is basically brand new, bringing and continuing a sound that started in the early 2000s. Like, to be able to capture that sound and not take a more modern approach to the music, but to actually bring that exact same like vibe and sound to something like from a totally different era and keep it real. I do really appreciate that. I think there's something special to be said about that. Woo! They did try to cast this to have similarities in the original cast. Like, look at that. Woo! Okay, again, I have to bring it up again. Literally hammering down on that early 2000s sound that RBD was obviously like so popular for. And I mean, we're talking about an iconic group, right? We're talking about a band that, you know, from what I've learned, derived from this TV show that ended up going on and becoming this huge band that fucking so many people in the world still love to this day. Oh my God, it was so cool watching some of the performances from their live show that they did during the pandemic. I thought that was fucking amazing. But when you're coming back in to do a series like this, keeping it true to the original is very scary to do, because in sort of modern entertainment, anytime someone tries to reboot something or bring something back to life, they always bring a lot of the new sound to it. But from what I'm listening in this track right here, so true to the original, so true to the original sound. Super cool to see. Hey! Can I just say that, like, I love the style right here so much. Look at this. Like, if I could pull that off, you know that I absolutely would. Fuck. Like, it's even with like the bleached mohawk and shit, like, again, we're going back to those early 2000s style because people don't really look like this anymore. People don't really dress like this anymore. So to just see even these things being brought back is sick. Oh, that note.
Si ya estoy pensando en ti, soy rebelde, como no sigo a los demás, y soy rebelde, como te quiero estar bien, y soy rebelde, yo no pienso igual que ayer.
Even with this music video, like, it's such a throwback. So a couple things that stick out to me with this right away. One, I imagine, just doing a guess here, that the fan base of RBD, the fan base of, like, not only RBD, like music, but RBD the show, I bet it's very divided. I can tell just from watching this that this is probably very divided. And there's two reasons for that. One, you have people on the side that are all about the original. Stay true to the original. There's no better than the original show. You cannot redo it. And I understand that. But then there's the other side of it, right? Which is, what? So that was the early 2000s, which means that so many people that didn't watch it originally or were too young to watch it, there's a series coming out now that is inspired by and, you know, kind of coattailing or reimagining RBD here in the modern day. And to that, I say that there's something very beautiful about that as well. So there's definitely a division, I would imagine, just based on this. So just watching the video alone, again, I gotta give praise where praise is due. If you're gonna be bringing back something so iconic, you have to stay at least true to the original in theory, and I feel like it really did here. I don't feel like watching the video that like what we were getting from this music video is the same level of energy that I'm used to from getting from like the original RBD. I think that that's missing a little bit in the actual like performance and upbeat kind of factor, while the vocal style and instrumentals still feel very true to the original. There just seems to be a lot of energy missing. It's almost like the connection to the music isn't there the same. Not to say that that won't change or that there's, you know, other songs that really show that, but that's the only thing that I noticed as my takeaway. Is it seems like it's really fucking cool to see a youthful crew coming out and doing a sort of like reimagining. I'm just guessing about what the show's actually about because I don't know, and everything was not translated, so I wasn't sure. But I think it's cool for people to be doing this and be bringing it back. And, you know, typically, for the most part, when Netflix puts their name behind something, it usually ends up being pretty good quality. At least it does for, you know, what we're used to watching in the United States. So I imagine the same goes for here. But again, that division with the fans is probably there because, you know, you've got a lot of things going on here, both in sound, both in looks, in overall feel, and just people being worried that when you put out a new series like this, you do have people that forget about the original. But my argument to that, and what I would say, the reason being why I think this is actually a really cool thing that they're doing, is because with them doing this and with them putting this series out, you're actually putting more people onto original RBD. Like myself, like I had never heard of RBD before until on doing this channel, people were recommending it. And the same goes for probably a lot of people that, you know, you could be browsing through Netflix one day and you find this series, you fall in love with it, but you find out that it's inspired by this other show that had this group that went on and still continue to this day to be very successful. And so you get a bunch of fans that love the show and go back and check that out and bring new life into the original RBD. So there's definitely two sides to this, and I think there's beauty in both of them. But again, I definitely want to check out more things from this series because I feel like I need a song that shows a little bit more energy from them, only because I am doing a little bit of comparison to the original, and something about, you know, Dulce and Anae and getting all of these amazing levels of energy. You know, it's not quite the same when they're not here and you don't have that. So that is something I would really like to check out. But like I said, I think this is super cool. If anything, just to get more people onto RBD. But I have a feeling that younger generations are going to benefit so much from having this option. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Huge shout out to Brenda on Patreon for actually requesting this. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have watched the series and how you're feeling about it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.